How's everybody doing out there? Good? I hope everybody's doing all right. It's Friday, for us at least, which is a lot of fun when you're living a Monday through Friday work week kind of life. All right, I'm burning the camera up just by wasting everybody's time here. Come on, Cassandra. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby girl. Come on, big girl. Get on over here, old girl. Come on, old girl. Get on over here. I hope everybody has a nice weekend. What did I do? Cassandra, come over here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get over. Come on. Come lay down. Be in the video. Be in the shot. Come on, lay down. You don't want to play with your rabbit? Okay. Wow, so I felt really old today when I was at the gym. I was sitting in the sauna and a couple guys came in. A couple young lads still in high school, and by the sounds of it, they played private hockey, and apparently they were the best ones on the team. But the words that they were throwing out there, I had never heard used the way that they were essentially trying to emulate words like sweet or cool. So one guy would say something and the other guy would be like, yeah, man, that's pretty dust. And then that guy would be saying something about himself. And then his friend would return with, yeah, that'd be pretty sty, huh? Like, sty and dust. Where I come from, styes and dust are not two things you want to mix. Trust me. Actually, while they were speaking this, I was thinking to myself, you know, the last time I thought about a sty, I was sitting in that same spot where you are in the sauna. Felt like I had a pebble under my eyelid. It was just a false alarm, but, you know, things happen when you're in close quarters like that, especially spas. That was the last place where I felt dust under my eye. It's funny because you have a friend or your family member check beneath your eye, like, you know, I've been dealing with this thing under my eye for 30 minutes. Do you mind looking under it to see where the stick is? And then you flip your eyelid over and they see that there's some kind of like pimple on your eyelid and you're like, no, that's not a stick. I didn't even realize this, but the Oscars are this weekend. And wouldn't you know it, our good old buddy, Mr. Thomas Shelby, is going to be in line for the best actor, best leading actor. And if I can think of anybody, honestly, he's up against some notable, actually I don't even know the two black men, but the white guy, I've seen him in a lot of stuff, and Paul Giuliani, I really like him. He's pretty good at playing a spazoid, but I don't know who the black guys are. They might be new, but interesting to see what they're involved with. But from what I've seen in Peaky Blinders, and I need to watch some of his movies, but Cillian Murphy, I think that's how you pronounce his name, right? Cillian Murphy. He's in Run. He's in what do you call it? In Run or in what is it, old girl? She's officially eating better than us. We went and picked up our tubes of meat and bone broth and knuckle bones and beef bones from I guess there's essentially a Facebook group of people that get together and they put money towards organic grass-fed cattle used for dogs or pets. And the tube is 5 pounds. It has beef muscle, beef liver, and beef bone. I'm assuming the beef bone is ground into it. But she's really enjoying that, and she never liked liver raw. She loves to eat liver dehydrated or freeze-dried, however way it comes. But not into it raw unless you mix it with other bits of meat, apparently. I was making fun of her belly. It was hanging a little bit low today, so we're just testing it out to see how much she needs. But right now she's eating 1.5 pounds. That's right. This weekend the clocks jump forward. Don't forget to switch your clock. Well, you already would have switched your clocks by now, hopefully. It's been a week. by the time you see this. That's going to be great. It'll still be bright out by the time you get home from work. It'll be bright out when you go to work. That's something to look forward to. That's right, I need to tell you about our painting extravaganza last Sunday. Well, I decided to take her upstairs where I have the easel and my drafting table set up, and I had all the materials lined up and ready to go, and I told her to pick which one she wanted to work with. There was colored pencils, watercolor brushes, watercolor, acrylic, pencils, anything you needed. And the idea was just to choose a reference and go from there. We had a bottle of wine. We thought, hey, this would be cool. You know, we don't have to pay to go join a class with 12 other people and dabble in the arts. We can just do it at home. Well, first thing she said was, who's going to be the demonstrator? And I was, no, I'm going to do my own thing. You do your own thing. And then she got a little down. She was like, well, I'm not an artist. I don't know how to draw. I don't know how to paint. What's going on here? And I said, well, let's find you. Look out the window there. That's you see that? There's trees. There's a lake. There's a mountain. Just do that. And then I realized the way I asked her first to start off with, do you want the easel or the drafting table? And I knew she'd go with the easel because it looks cooler. I mean, it makes you feel more like a painter, I guess. But the way it was set up, and the drafting table is a little bit more of a pain to move around, so I have it in one spot, and of course the easel, you can pick it up and move it wherever. But she just didn't have a really good angle from where she was standing out the window, so we decided, I was like, well, we have books here. I pulled out a big picture book. It had landscape pictures, and I said, you know, here's some examples, and I go off and I come back, and she's found an example in that book that she liked. We have like these playing cards that have different trees on them, and I guess it's more like flashcards for trees, where you see the picture of the tree and you have to guess what kind of tree it is, and you flip it over and it tells you what kind of tree it is. So she found a landscape that she liked in the book, and then a tree that she liked on this card. So she combined the two. That just sounded really weird when I put that together. She combined the two. Combined? Why did I want to say compound? That's weird. She combined the two and started in on it. You know, she got her sketch in, and by then I was like just starting to get my setup going, and I decided I wanted to do a portrait. She was going the landscape option. I wanted portrait, so I thought, well, what would be fun? Lately I've been thinking about doing actors that I like, and I thought, well, I really like Daniel Day-Lewis, and of course There Will Be Blood. That's probably one of his greatest performances, at least the one that I like the most, and I found a shot of him and I used it as a reference and started sketching it, and before I know it, we even bless her, and she spent a couple $100, and we put together this charcuterie board that was to die for. It was incredible, this charcuterie board, and you actually ate off it for the next 3 days. I'm still eating stuff in the fridge from this thing. It's a week later. We had that on the table. We had a bottle of wine. We poured some glasses, and we just started going at it on the canvas, metaphorically. But by the time I got my sketch done, it was a couple hours in, and you know it's a couple hours because your body starts to ache, and you're like, oh, I need to stand up. But I really want to get this done. And I see that she's really gone at it with the colors, and I didn't even have a chance to add color to mine. By the time I stepped back and looked at my sketch, I couldn't tell if it was a Mexican migrant worker or Saddam Hussein. It could have been either or. And hers, of course, she was not really happy with hers. It was lovely. I thought it was a masterpiece, but she was actually ready to move on to the next one. And I was like, well, wait, let's go try the board game out for a little bit. We've been doing this for a couple hours. It may have been even a few hours. I wasn't paying attention, but you you fall into it. And she was like, yeah, you're right. And I was like, next weekend we'll get into it. And I just picked up a couple palettes, I guess, what you put the paint on, put it in your hand, and you put it. I used to have a wooden one back in the day, but I picked up a couple plastic ones, so now we can both have our own little palettes. If she decides to do oil and I want to do oil at the same time, yeah, we'll be set. But it seems like it's going to be a weekend thing now, where we put a little time aside and just paint things. Alright, so my camera shut off at some point when I was talking about Saddam Hussein and not being able to turn him into Daniel Plainview, because I always seem to get the sketch down pretty good, but then there's always this one thing. It's like this eyeball that just doesn't look right, or the lips. I'm usually pretty good with the nose, but it's usually one eyeball that's not quite on, or the lips. But I'm working at it. I hope to use paint this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Might even try a landscape, who knows. Alright, let's do this before my camera overheats again. This camera, this potato I'm using. Alright, I promise not to complain about the camera I'm using that most people can't even afford. Peaky Blinders Season 1, Episode 4. I got a couple movies from the library, classics. One's Catch-22 and Long Hot Summer. Paul Newman, and I don't know who's in the other one, but looking forward to those. Never seen those. I was going to say Long Wet Summer, but that doesn't sound right. That's not the one we wanted to watch.
God, he's getting big now.
Whoa. She is getting big. Where are they going? Why are they on this thing?
Did our friends give us what we asked for?
How much? £200.
So by the time you see this, we'll know if Murphy is a winner or not.
Jeremiah, what do you say?
Not sure if I'm going to be able to watch the Oscars, but of course I'll know if he wins or not, because it'll be stapled all over the media.
Right. Keep fishing, eh?
To have hair past your ass, from above your ass, would be nice.
Hasta para acá sa playa tiempo city.
I've had a tip-off. I need this bet.
The race is starting,
Please.
mate. No!
Oh, fine.
Get rid of him. I said no. Now get out.
All right, I'm off.
What's with it with hockey players walking around the locker room naked? Here, sweetie. Come here, baby girl. These are the Lees, huh? It's the guy that had his ear cut off. Side by side.
John?
Oh no.
Put that down!
This is for children.
We're just taking back our tires. There's money here! Search everywhere!
Tommy not think that they would...
All right, John. There's only one man now. There's only one man guarding the house.
get them back for what they did?
What's troubling you?
Well, my kids have been running bloody rings around me. Running barefoot with the dogs until all hours.
Paul, give them 10 bob some new shoes. Is that it, John?
Tommy, we'd be better to do this without you.
Is this the plot line I was looking for?
What the kids need is a mother. So that's why I'm getting married.
Does this poor girl know you're going to marry her, or are you just going to spring it on her all of a sudden?
I've already proposed, and she said yes.
I think there's a shell about to land and go bang.
Speaking of Oscars, right? Oppenheimer. Go bang.
Understand, do not use that word.
What word is that, John?
You know what word that is.
Everybody bloody knows.
Everybody can go to hell.
Whore, that word? Or prostitute, how about that one?
Oh, she's a whore.
If anyone calls her a whore again, I will push the barrel of my revolver down their throats and blow the word back down into their heart.
Lizzie Stark never did a day's work vertical.
She's changed. All right, people change. Like with religion.
She was saving for nursing school.
I won't do it without your blessing. I want you to see it as brave.
Oh, it's brave, all right.
Brave is going where no man's gone before.
And with Lizzie Stark, John, that is really not what you'll be doing.
Listen to me,
Poor John.
because I need someone. All right, the kids need someone.
What the bloody hell happened here?
The Lees,
They took everything.
all of them. Cousins, nephews, even the bastards.
4 cash boxes.
I mean, what do you think they would do?
I left these.
Wire cutters. I mean, why would they leave wire cutters?
Nobody move. I think our friends are playing the game.
What game?
Oh, Paul, don't.
Wires?
Anything.
Erasmus Day was in France.
Shit.
They rigged it?
And we gave up ground to the Germans. We'd leave yarn booby traps, set up with wires. And we'd leave wire cutters as part of the joke.
Somewhere in here, there's a hand grenade.
Holy Jesus.
Oh, shit.
Attached to a wire. Don't move any chairs. Or open any doors.
Oh, no.
If it was in here, it would have blown by now.
Yeah.
Didn't stay exactly where you are.
I was pretending I was you.
Which door did you
I
open?
feel like if this was Game of Thrones, the kid would blow up.
To climb out exactly the same way you climbed in, okay? No, not fair!
Oh, wow. That was close. All that muscle memory everybody has. Clear! Hit the deck!
That's why you should never pretend to be me. Okay. Okay.
Powerful moment. Sure, that boy will never forget that moment. Parlay! The Oracle. Oh no, it's just a tarot card girl.
Your boys tried to kill me. Didn't work. So I'm beneath Daichi Koho Propinere.
I thought Billy Kimber put that in his pocket. Oh, he...
Planuesc Saltrades.
You want to play a switch?
Now your boys should know this. We now get the winner in one of every 3 races before the race even starts. No need for chalkers or rafflers.
I don't know what to believe at this point.
Come in here boasting you're going to do someone down and in the same breath ask me to trust you.
On my mother's side, we are kin.
You're gonna have to do more than that. Convince us, buddy.
Just we need a familia.
Who are you loyal to, Freddie? I said, who are you loyal to?
You have an address for me?
Before I give you the address, I want your word that you'll let Freddie Thorne and my sister leave the city.
Very well. You have my word.
I'd say our little truce is proving quite productive for both of us, Inspector.
Can we trust his word? Really?
Mr. Churchill is becoming impatient. If I were to be fired, and it were your fault, on my last day in power, for example, I would see to it that you and your scum brothers have your heads stoved in with mallets and spades, and your sister too. A baby inside her would be of no consequence to me. The only one to be spared would be your little brother Finn. He would, however, be lifted as a juvenile and dumped in that part of the adult prison where men have the most appetite for boys like him, if my dismissal comes before your decision. You understand? The clock is ticking.
Don't you love it when characters are put into positions that are impossible to get out of? Makes for some juicy conflict.
Look what we found. See, Stanley Chapman really does have snow on his boots.
Mr. Chapman, you're fucked.
He still refuses to say where it came from.
I'm sure with a little persuasion, he'll tell us everything he knows, including the whereabouts of Freddie Thorne.
I thought you'd done a deal.
Oh, is that what you thought?
Well, you gave your word.
My word to who? To a Peaky blinder? Go and interrogate Mr. Chapman until he tells us where we can find Freddie Thorne and his wife. You think my campaign against Shelby has become personal? Correct. Spot on, as they say in London society. Now, go and interrogate Mr. Chapman. And do not make the mistake of being too gentle.
Right, sir.
You gotta love it when the good guy's the bad guy.
What do you want?
Came to warn you. They've lifted Stanley Chapman.
How do you know?
I know because it was me and Tommy who tipped them off.
Who told you about the money?
Who'd you think? Yeah, it was Ada's idea. That's how desperate she is to get out of that rat hole you're keeping her in. She didn't mind if you knew, she just didn't want to be here when you found out. Sometimes women have to take over.
And you think this copper will keep his word? Stanley won't be able to give up my address because he doesn't know it. None of us know each other's addresses, so you've wasted your fucking time. And they'll keep beating him for information he doesn't have. So all you've done is sign the death warrant of a good man. No, I won't fucking leave. And if you want me out of Birmingham, it'll have to be in a wooden box.
You lay a hand on our Ada and I'll put you in a wooden box myself.
He had some kind of seizure.
So you killed him? Did he give you an address? What's the matter with you? He fell down some stairs.
This is not bloody Belfast.
Find some stairs, throw him down, and call the coroner. Use Grayson. If he has any awkward questions, ask about the welfare of his mistress in Saltley. That'll shut him up.
Business is good. Especially since now you know which horse is going to win before you set the odds.
Information is very much appreciated.
See, they have the picture of the king back up. Thought they burned it.
This is my team.
Warwick next Saturday, at least 50 yards from the beer tent.
Shelby family has its first legal racetrack pitch.
Not quite sure I know what that means, but it must be okay.
These cigarettes have a strange smell, Arthur. They're stolen, are they not?
Don't ask.
They smell because you keep them in the boat.
What do you care, now? Can you come and check my adding up, please? Smells like Gallipoli.
You should find a new place to store them.
It has to be far away from coppers.
What's wrong with a dry warehouse?
Tommy's orders. Always keep contraband near petrol boat moorings.
Don't boats get searched?
We moor them at junctions. So there's more than one way out. No locks are in a mile, so we can move that stuff fast.
Oh, Tommy doesn't realize...
Is my heading up, right?
Tommy doesn't realize he put his brother in a bad spot. He's gonna get him.
On 4. And we'll search them one by one.
Arthur's gonna screw Tommy with his big mouth.
Let that which I seek be found here.
Just more cigarettes and whiskey.
Arthur tells me you've been asking questions.
I don't know if I was able to finish my story earlier before the camera cut off.
About how we run our business. And how we get our booze. And where we keep it.
I'm just trying to help.
Let's you and me go for a walk.
Where to?
Come on. You keep the books in order.
They were chaotic.
But you're a liar. No Catholic girl would enter a church and forget to make the sign of a cross.
You're very perceptive.
First you lied to me about that pub you used to work in. And now I find out you're a Protestant.
Do you care?
No. You know that most of what I do is illegal, and yet you'd still be willing to work for me.
Are you offering me the job? Then I accept.
There's something else you should know. A very important detail about my reasons for employing you.
You disappoint me.
Do you resign?
No. My appetite for the work has only increased.
Who thinks of these things? Nobody says this. Even the people that aren't good with words back then are better than the people with words now.
You like kids?
Yeah.
Good. Because John's got 4 of them.
You like dogs?
You're not against us.
Now, Lizzie, since I came back from France, I've come to you on many occasions.
That's not insulting.
Tommy, you didn't tell him.
No, I didn't tell him.
Oh no, physically?
Why didn't you tell him that you've been serving his brother for the past 2 years?
Because the past is the past. I don't want to lose him. He's a good man.
That was the answer I was hoping you'd give. The past is the past. Change is good. These are new times, I'm told. So I wish you both every happiness. And I want you to see that as my wedding gift to you. And our farewell to pleasures gone by.
You mean?
Welcome to the Shelbys.
One last time. You and me. Take bloody pounds.
Oh, not what I was thinking. Wow, he's really raunchy in this episode. He's getting out and about. Wait, in the minivan? Actually, that's probably more like a Cadillac Escalade back then.
So where should we go? Tommy, should we go to my lodging?
So the past is not the past. You can keep the money, Lizzie. Just get out of the car.
Tommy, please.
Just get out of the car.
I love him, Tommy, really.
John will make his own decision. But he will have the facts.
Your brother is 10 times the man you are.
You're doing well, Grace.
How long before somebody picks up on them meeting here at this museum?
He wants me to be his bookkeeper and secretary.
The pretensions of these hoodlums are quite breathtaking. Are they not?
Yes, quite breathtaking.
Want to borrow the car? Want to take Lizzie for a ride in the country with the kids? Want to celebrate getting the license?
That's the problem, John. There's something I have to tell you. Yesterday, in the front seat of that car, I offered Lizzie some money. And John, she said yes. Now that's a fact. You do with it what you want. Marry her, if you want. But you have to know, she said yes.
Bookkeeper, Shelby Brothers Limited.
Don't like that word, limited.
To be respectable, you have to be limited.
That's what worries me.
No. Save it for a special occasion. I want you to get that to my sister.
What am I delivering?
Subpoena.
It's an invitation To a family occasion, I want her there. Just give her the invitation. And put that thing in a cupboard till I say.
His true colors seem to be really coming out in this episode.
What do you want to be smoking that for?
Same reason as you. Pain in the head. I spoke to Lizzie. Told her what you told me. To keep the wolf from the door, she still sees a couple of regulars. And I think I'm an idiot.
Oh, we're not kids now, John.
But we still have to look out for each other, right?
Yeah. Come on. Go home. Get some sleep. We've got a big day tomorrow.
Put down the crack pipe.
We have. Tomorrow, we finish the war with the Lees for once and for all. Ready, boys? John, ready?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Have a drink.
What? What you staring at me for? What?
Good. Let's go.
What? Tommy, what you playing at? We're in shotgun range.
John, before you go into battle, there's something you're gonna need.
What's you bloody doing, Tommy?
Smile, John. It's a wedding. There's a girl in the Lee family who's gone a bit wild, and she needs marrying.
John! You have no bloody right, Tommy.
Listen to me.
Really?
A girl who needs a husband, a man who needs a wife.
Tom, I'm not bloody marrying some fucking mushroom picker.
I've already betrothed you. So if you back out now, there's going to be one fucking mighty war breaking out here that's going to make the sun... It's going to make the sun look like a fucking tea party. But if you marry her, our family and the Lee family will be united forever. And this war will be over. Now it's up to you, John. War or peace?
Well, why don't you marry her, Tommy?
Right. You should see the size of her daddy.
And what?
And Dad's giving you a car. Will he do?
Get over here. Come on.
He'll do.
It'll do. That'll do, donkey. Come on, come.
Here she is.
She better be under 50.
Come on.
Will this be the only time we ever see him with a toothpick out of his mouth?
We're here today to join in matrimony. This man and this woman. So they can live a
look
life
well.
of truth and harmony and togetherness. Which is sanctioned and honored by the presence and the power of these two families around us. Do you, John Michael Shelby, take Ismay Martha Lee to be your beautiful
You got my
wife?
invitation?
To have, to hold,
Grace said there's a truce.
sickness and health until death.
Family day. Your husband couldn't make it?
He's not speaking to me. He calls me a fucking Shelby, even though I'm a thorn now.
Falling on my side, that's for sure.
To have, to hold. But the two families become the one family. I now pronounce you man and wife.
I slept all night in the tent.
Who would have thought a wedding would stop a war?
You should tell Ada to slow down.
Think she'll listen to me?
Tried stopping her, but she's been drinking. Been stuck in that little basement for weeks. What to expect? She's going off like a firecracker. Oh, Christ, Tommy, please.
Oh, I hope she doesn't hurt the baby.
Enough.
Ida. All right, Ida. Come on, I've got rest. Sit down.
That's
No, he won't even let me have a fucking dance.
Holy shit.
Water broke.
Water.
Stop now, Ada. Bloody hell, you go pick your time. Come on, Freddie. Come on, lads.
How do you find Freddy?
This one man should be here.
The truce lasts till sunrise. On my house. Tell Freddie it's safe.
Ada! Keep going, that's right. Push.
I think it might be the wrong way round. I tended three sisters.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We should move her forward.
Come on, Ada.
Anything could happen here. I don't know if you should be celebrating just yet, boys.
Now you sit down.
So you think her husband would take the same advice and stay away?
No, Freddie will be there. Nothing will keep him away. Tommy said it's all right for him to be there. Isn't that right, Tommy?
It's right. I'm all out tonight.
Must have had a rush of blood.
That pretty barmaid that just walked out that's made our brother go all soft.
Drinks to that.
Run, Freddy. Run.
Ada!
Who got to him? How'd they find him?
Come on, open up.
Oh.
There you go, look.
What are they gonna name him?
It's a boy, Fred.
Oh, it is a boy. I named him Tommy.
There you go.
Not a good time for the police to show up.
Don't do this.
Don't hurt him. Freddie! Please, you're hurting him. Leave him alone.
At least they got to hold the baby.
It's a boy. But the police came and took his father away. Don't you dare look at me like that!
Told you couldn't trust Campbell. Polly is a firecracker.
You liar.
Oh, this is getting really sticky here. Man, this show, it's really making me... It's really making me rethink the way that I screenwrite. I was definitely thrown off a couple times with Tommy in this episode. His colors were starting to come out, but for good reason. Testing the waters and found out what he needed to find out. Brother John, I kind of figured he'd have a plot line coming up soon. I wonder what they'll do with Freddy, if they'll beat him like the other guy, or if they'll actually have court for him. Now Tommy's going to have to save Freddy so that Freddy can be a father. Somebody's going to catch Campbell and Grace. They keep meeting in the same place. Somebody's going to catch them. And they're going to let Tommy know. Something's going to happen to Grace. I don't think it's going to be good once he finds out her intentions and what she's been up to with Campbell. Really makes me curious. Great show. I really like it. Crime dramas are a lot of fun, especially when it's reversed, when the bad guy is actually the protagonist. I hope you remembered to push your clocks forward last weekend. You know when you go outside and the sun hits you and you just need a sneeze? Just do that. Get out there and get a sun sneeze. It's a good one. It's so funny. Whenever Cassandra would go outside and it was too cold out, the first thing she would do is talking about sneezing. Okay. Anyhow, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time. Bye. Later. Till next time. Let's finish this. I know, we've been having a lot of technical difficulties. Yeah, oh, goodness. You wanna come lay down with me? Lay down. Yeah, that's my better girl. Okay, good. Now everybody can see your face for once. Before we knew it, a couple hours had passed and we stepped back and we had this final product and we were anxious to get started on the next one. And we looked over and we totally forgot about our wine. We were so into it. That was the point of the story I was trying to get to earlier. Like, the point was to drink wine and paint. But by the time we were done, we had totally forgotten to drink. So we'll use it this weekend. I promise. Come on, sweetie. Come on. Let's try and get back to where we were. Come on. Come on. Get over here. Come on. Come on before the crappy camera dies on us again. I didn't hear it or see I didn't hear what John's potential wife said at first in the car. I didn't realize that she took the money and suggested that they go back to her lodging, and that he said that the past is still the past, or the past hasn't changed or whatever. I didn't see it or hear it because my earphones were, for whatever reason, it was going in and out and I couldn't hear it, and I didn't have the subtitles on, so I just went back and I looked at that and I realized that was